Hi, everyone. Welcome to my first live stream. So it's the first time I've done this. And if you're joining me here live, go ahead and say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're joining from. Great to see you. Hi, Smita. So the format today is we're going to start with just some chats, chatting here, and I'll see what comes up in my chat. And I have a couple questions to answer, some Q&A, and then we're going to do a workout together. This is going to be a quicker, gentler workout, all standing, no equipment needed. We'll do that together. And then if you're still around, I'll join into the chat again after the workout. So bear with me if there's any technical issues here, just trying this out. Why did I want to try a live? I wanted to support my idea of YouTube being a community where we're supporting each other. And often in my workouts, in my videos, I use the line, let's take care of our health and fitness together. And I really feel that way when we're in midlife, so important, midlife and beyond, so important to keep active, to take care of our health. And by supporting each other, we're more likely to do that. So I'm in this with you. That's why I thought a live would be a perfect way to continue with that. Thank you. Oh, hi, Rose. Nice to see you. So I'm looking down. I have my laptop set up and then I have my camera. So if you see me looking down, I'm checking out the chat. So yeah, the community, so important. A couple of the questions that I'm going to answer here or have a bit of a discussion around came from you guys, from the community. So thank you for your ideas. And one is about warm-ups and cool-downs. And I love this question because if you have joined me for some of my workouts, I always start with a warm-up and finish with a cool-down. And really any workout you do, you should start with a warm-up and finish with a cool-down. How long should they be is a really great question. And I would say a ballpark guideline is about 5 minutes for each. So 5 minutes of warm-up exercises where you're just going a little bit slower, a little bit gentler, but moving in all directions. And then about 5 minutes again for your cool down. Now that's dependent on the intensity of the workout. So a more intense workout, you might want a longer warm-up and a longer cool down, and a gentler workout like we're doing today. We're kind of going to almost just transition very naturally from some warm-up into exercises and into cool down. And the reason these parts of the workout are so important is we are in the warm-up gradually increasing our heart rate and increasing our breathing rate, getting our muscles warmed up, getting ready for a really great workout, getting the joints moving. And then in the cool down, we're letting the heart rate, breathing rate gradually reduce. We don't want to just stop when we have a high heart rate. We want to gradually let those come back down to normal levels. And it's a great time to stretch out our muscles, to work on range of motion. So warm-ups and cool-downs, super important parts of the workout. Another great question is around how do we know if we are doing enough to maintain muscles and to build muscles and continue to build strength, which in midlife and beyond is so important. Our peak of building muscle happens in our 20s. And by the time we're in our 30s or at the latest in our 40s, if we live a sedentary lifestyle, if we don't exercise, no activity, our muscle mass is going to start to reduce. So the good news is we can do something about it, staying active, doing exercises, joining me on YouTube. These are all ways that we can maintain and build our muscles. If we are sedentary and don't do any activity over the years, we're going to feel that our muscles are weaker and it's harder to do things. So how do we know that we're doing enough? That's an awesome question. And I would say that when we're doing our workouts, we want to feel like our muscles are getting fatigued. If we just are doing the same activity that feels comfortable and leaving it at that, and we don't feel that muscular fatigue, we may not be maintaining our muscle mass or building our muscle mass. So, whatever you're doing, you should feel, especially the last couple reps. So, if I'm doing a bicep curl, let me see my live here. If I'm doing a bicep curl, the last couple that I do, I should feel that muscle working and that it's getting tired. This is a really great example of an exercise where, I mean, if I just do this, if I'm not doing anything else, I could probably do so many of these and not feel any fatigue. So that kind of exercise, I may want to add a resistance band or a dumbbell. Other exercises, if I'm doing a kneeling push-up, I don't need any extra props or anything because the gravity, pushing against gravity is enough. If we're outside hiking or going for a walk, again, by the end of the activity, you want to feel your muscles working without getting to the point of pain. So there's always that fine line or that range. We don't want to wake up the next morning and be, limping, for example. So feeling like your muscles have worked, that you have achieved fatigue without getting to the point of discomfort or pain. It's great to see you guys too, just checking in on the chat. Um, I'll answer one more question and then we're going to do our workout together. Another question is, in a lot of my workouts, I'll start off by saying something like, you don't need any equipment, just put on your supportive running shoes. So why should we wear supportive running shoes when we're doing an indoor workout? There's a few reasons. Probably the most important is cushioning. So finding a good quality pair of running shoes, um, the cushioning in that is not only going to support your feet, but it's going to support and cushion and have shock absorption for your whole body, the joints of the whole body. So, ankles, knees, hips, that saying of the knee bone's connected to the hip bone. Your spine, your everything is going to benefit from good cushioning. In addition, the stability, the support of the shoe when we're moving in different directions, that's going to support the foot, and the grip is going to prevent us from sliding. In terms of when you should replace your shoes, I just made a video on this, so it's in my head right now. In kilometers, about 480 to 800 kilometers, which in miles is 300 to 500 miles of use of the runner. And after that, the cushioning is probably getting worn down, time to buy new shoes. So an example would be if you go for a 3 kilometer or about 2 mile walk and you do that 3 times a week. Then after about a year and a half, it's time to replace those shoes. And I have my shoes on a rotation. They start as an indoor shoe, and then they go to a outdoor, walking, running shoe, and then they go to working in the garden. So it doesn't mean that the old shoes just get thrown away. They just get transition. All right. So just checking in here. As I said, this is my first time doing a live stream. It sounds like you guys are hearing me and everything's coming through. So wonderful. And let's get going, and we'll do a workout together. So this is going to be, as I said, a quicker, gentler workout. No equipment, just your supportive running shoes, as I always say. And if you want to stick around after the workout, I'll come back here and check in with you guys. I might adjust my camera just a little bit. Let's see, I don't want to mess around with things too much. It's a little better. Okay. So glad you're here joining me to do this workout. So let's just stand nice and tall, and we're just starting by marching on the spot. As I said, for this workout, we're going to transition pretty naturally from doing some moves that are warming our body up, and then we'll get into some exercises, and at the end we'll do some cool down moves and then a few stretches. So as we're marching on the spot, let's think about core engaged. Slightly pull the belly button in, a little bit of a scoop in the lower abs. Nothing extreme, we're just noticing the core muscles. Lift the chest, crown of the head to the ceiling, standing nice and tall. Think about that tall spine. Keep marching, and then we'll do some shoulder rolls. We're lifting the shoulders up, back, and down, and then keep going. I always like to just roll my shoulders back, because with everything we do through the day, often our shoulders are coming forward. So this is a good reminder. We'll do one more like this. And then plant your feet. We're going to have fists in front of the chest. Right arm, we're going to punch forward, and right heel lift. So same side, arm and heel, and then other side. And just go side to side, punching your arm, lifting your heel. Keep that nice, tall, upright posture. Four, three, two, one. Bring your arms down alongside your body. We're going to be tapping our feet forward, side, back, and we'll alternate sides. We'll go through one time just with the feet, and then we're going to add our arms moving in the same direction, just making sure I have room around me. So start with your right foot and just tap forward, side, back, and then other foot. Find a spot to focus on across the room to help with balance. And let's add our arms. So as we tap forward, reach forward, tap side, reach side, tap back, reach back, and then other side. So arms are just following. Arms are following the foot moves. A little bit of balance. One more each side. And we're going to come into some high knees. So just lifting those knees nice and high. Arms alongside the body, and turn your palms to face forward. You can make light fists. And as we're doing high knees, let's do some bicep curls. Just bending your elbows as you lift your knees nice and high. Thinking again about core engaged, lift the chest, standing tall. So glad you're here doing this with me, whether you're doing it live or on the replay. Great to be here together. Four, three, two, one. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width. We're going to do hamstring curls, arms alongside the body, palms facing back, and then lift your heels behind. So we're working the back of the thighs, hamstring muscles, lifting heels behind, and then push the arms back. As we're pushing the arms back, thinking about the back of the shoulders and the upper back muscles, back of the legs. When we think about the muscles we're working, we can get a little bit better form, better activation. Four, three, two, one. We're going to be tapping feet out side to side, arms alongside the body, palms facing in, tapping feet out side to side, and then lift your arms out to the side. So modified jumping jack. And you can either stay right here, just tapping to the side, or we could lift our foot to the side. So a star, making your body into a star. This feels like a bit of a balance challenge. Just continue with the taps. So always modifying so that the workout works for you. And then go at the pace that works for you as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start tapping our heels forward. As alternating sides, tapping heels, and then we'll swing the arms, just gentle arm swings. You can see we gradually increased our heart rate at the beginning, did some exercises, and now we're going to start gradually letting the heart rate, breathing rate come down with some gentler moves, and we'll move into some stretches. And just keep swinging your arms, and then it's toe taps back. Four, three, two, one. Let's stand with our feet a little bit wider than hip width. Arms alongside the body. We're going to do some side stretches, just allowing your body to come over to one side. Just let your fingertips slide down your leg and back to center and over to the other side. And just going side to side. You decide how far you're going into your side bends. One more each side. And then we're going to stretch out the back of the leg. So we'll do a pyramid pose. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Toes are pointing forward. Hands on hips. Keeping the upper body neutral spine. We're not rounding forward. We'll just hinge at the hips and then bring the upper body forward. Stretching out the back of the leg. Slowing the breath down. Just start to notice your breath, those full inhales and exhales. You could always have a hand on a wall or a support for some extra support for balance. And then lifting up her body, let's switch the feet around and hinge at the hips. Stretching out the back of the leg. Slow the breath down. Have another breath and then lift up. We're going to clasp our hands in front of our chest and then reach the arms forward and just pause here, knuckles reaching forward. And release. Clasp your hands at your lower back and either just hold there or extend your arms, pulling the shoulders back, wide across the chest, wide across the collarbones. When you're ready, release your hands. We'll go back to those shoulder rolls, up, back, and down. Just trying to release tension while we're rolling the shoulders back and down. One more. Keeping the shoulders down away from the ears, gently turning the head side to side, turn to one side, and then back to center and over to the other side. One more each way. Not trying to get to any distance, just whatever feels like a nice stretch. And we'll finish with 3 big breaths. We're going to reach the arms to the ceiling with our inhale and lower the arms with our exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. 2 more. Lovely work. That was just a quick workout, a great way to start the day or just take a little movement break in the middle of the day. I'm going to sit back down, check out the chat. If you want to stick around, we'll see what's happening in the chat. Grab a sip of water if you have it handy. I got some little hearts happening. Hello, hello. I know. I love good shoulder rolls too. Yeah, thanks, Mita. Awesome, Sandra. Thank you. Wonderful workout. So, yeah, for today, because it was my first live, I wanted to do a shorter workout and, just test everything out here. My thought is that to do a live maybe once a month for now until I see how it's going to go, to start each month, like first week of each month. Let's kick it off by joining live with this kind of format where we do some question and answer, some chat, and do a workout together. Next time I'll probably plan a little longer workout, and we can kick off the month and then carry on from there with the recorded videos. I always so much appreciate everybody showing up to to my usual workouts. And if you're not already, of course, I love it when you subscribe to my channel. And it helps my channel out a lot when you click like and comment. So if you're watching this on the replay, shoot a comment. How do you feel about joining a live, or for me, planning a live once a month, first week of the month to kick it off? Any other questions? I'm just going to check in with the chat. That's a great idea. Yay. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that it felt good to do the workout. And on my channel, I also have exercise snacks, which is what I call them, which are short workouts, even getting up and doing 5-10 minutes of movement can do a lot for our health. So if we're thinking, I can't get a workout in today, I don't have an hour to set aside, or I can't drive to the gym, standing up and doing that 5-10 minutes of whatever you can fit in is still really great for our health and can sort of round out the week. Like maybe there's 2 or 3 days where you can do, a half-hour workout, a 40-minute walk. And then the other days, you get a 10-minute, movement break into the day. Yeah. That's good. Sounds like you guys are liking exercise snacks too. I'm just going to check if I had any other comments here that I wanted to make. My goals of today, as I said, I'll just kind of reiterate that creating community. I really appreciate everybody who is a subscriber, who joins me. I love your comments, and also to have fun. Like I think sometimes, we get caught up in what we need to get done in the day, or I have to get a certain type of workout in. I have to take care of my health, which is all really important. But we also have to have some fun. And I actually really like this. This is great. I wasn't sure, I've been thinking about doing a live for a while. I wasn't sure how it would go. Of course, the first time you're always very nervous about how to set things up and the technology, but it is really fun. And Yeah, so let's keep figuring out ways to bring that joy and movement into our day. Any other comments, questions? I appreciate you guys so much for joining me live on this first one, and take good care. I'm going to sign off, and I will see you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.